The White House is condemning the Syrian government's suspected gas attack on civilians, and as VOA's Zlatica Hoke reports, a Middle East expert says Bashar al-Assad's latest use of poisonous gas signals that Damascus is currently unconcerned about possible consequences.
The White House Tuesday condemned what it called a reprehensible chemical attack against civilians by the Syrian government and said these heinous actions must not be ignored by the civilized world. The statement by President Donald Trump, read by a White House spokesman, blamed the attack on what he called the weakness of the past U.S. administration.
President Obama said in 2012 that he would establish a quote-unquote red line against the use of chemical weapons, and then did nothing.
After Assad's sarin attacks of 2013 that outraged the world, Trump urged Obama to refrain from any action in Syria, saying the U.S. would not benefit from getting involved. Commentators were quick to point that out.
So to now blame the Democrats for the Trump administration's refusal to act strikes me as incredibly hypocritical.
Middle East expert Stephen Heidemann spoke to VOA via Skype. He said the Syrian government is clearly behind Tuesday's attack.
I think it's partly because they expect Russian support, and it's partly because they feel that the mechanisms of accountability that might sanction Syria for the use of those kinds of weapons have been weakened, partly by the gains that they've achieved on the ground and partly by the election of Donald Trump.
Heidemann said the UN Security Council must vote to penalize Syria's government for the war crimes it has committed against its people. If Russia or any other veto-wielding council member blocks the move, it will be exposed as an accomplice in the crime. Russia categorically denied involvement in the attack. Rights group Amnesty International said the perpetrators must be found and held accountable.
It's important to note as well that there have been other chemical attacks over the years by government and non-government armed groups. And these attacks have been confirmed by UN reports over the years. And yet nobody has been held to justice.
Witnesses say Tuesday's attack was one of the deadliest chemical weapons attacks in Syria since 2013. Zlatica Hoke, VOA News, Washington.